She's a diva anytime day.
All right, guys, welcome again to Inside Eve, a woman's show, woman to woman, where not only do we receive lots of calls, but we receive lots of calls from men. So kudos and shout out to the guys who always call into the show. Looking forward to hearing from you guys today, and also women. Women, please do call into the show. So guys, how was yesterday? How did you spend your yesterday?
Well, first of all, yesterday was hot.
Oh my God.
The weather, yeah?
Yes.
It's getting really hot now.
It's so bad. Like, I
Yeah.
shower like 5 times a day. I'm not
can
even joking. I
imagine.
literally get up from bed and just
And
down.
I can imagine,
I'm not
like,
even
you're
joking, it's
stepping out
so
of the
hot.
bathroom and you're breaking into a sweat
Dear
again.
Hamatan, I miss you.
Yeah,
I do
If you're
miss
watching,
Hamatan.
I miss you.
Hamatan is not a human being. It's a weather.
The relationship we had in December, January, early January was
It
like
was really
really
nice.
cool. So I
was
miss
cool.
you. Don't come with the dust next time, but please come.
Yeah, but yesterday was great anyway. Yeah, even with the heat, you got to do what you have to do anyway. So.
Niger spirits. That's how we roll.
Okay, so yesterday, what I did was I tried to come up with some form of concussion.
Huh.
Well, not me per se. Hobby tried to do some kind of concussion. Okay, I learned recently how to make ofada stew.
That's
Okay.
cool.
And I got it off the net. And, you know, there was this step-by-step, put this in, allow it to foam, and then put another ingredient in. So I made it, and my husband was like, really nice, because I like ofada stew. And then he decided to surprise me yesterday with ofada. And it was lovely.
It was.
Nice.
No, it wasn't. It was
I hope you're watching, or I hope you're not watching.
It was lovely.
No, but then we must
No.
commend
His
the
Of course, his effort.
Yeah.
Speaking of Two-Face, Idibia, and Annie, as in those guys are just like, I like when people say stuff like it won't work and then it works. You know, they've come a long way and they're doing
that.
great
People
together.
said that their relationship
No,
will work.
Two-Face has had like backlog of stories, so that's a story for another day, not on Inside It. But we celebrate them, we celebrate Annie.
Yeah.
And they went on like a cooking show with Yvonne Okoro, where they're supposed to like cook and all that.
I like the whole just down in the kitchen and you see
know,
Two-Face
they
just
look
standing
great,
there.
they look
And, you know,
great
she's just being
together,
herself.
yeah.
And, you
You
know,
know,
just,
the
I love
picture of
it.
them together is really, really cool.
It's lovely.
It just tells us that forget the Two-Face on stage, he's human
Sure.
and he has a family,
Yes,
he's keeping together.
yes.
You know, and then when he had to talk about her cooking, he said a lot of beautiful things. He said she's like the great cook anywhere, everywhere. You know how Two-Face says it now? Let me read it verbatim. He says, Annie is an excellent cook. Why did you do this to me now? Okay. Annie is an excellent cook. I will tell you that for free. Afang Edikai, she's an Akwa Ibom girl.
Of
I think,
course.
yeah. Just name it. Anytime, any level, anywhere. I can hear you
I wouldn't
say, no
expect
shit.
anything less from her.
Nothing there.
Yeah.
As in, she's good at that. We know, she's an actress too. So then she went to...
She's multi-talented, isn't
She went to Twitter. She was like, hashtag working mom, hashtag my baby. This,
Well, of course, she
like
should
love
flaunt
stories.
it.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, does Dabo cook?
Of course, he does. He does. He knows how to make stew and
See
jollof rice
life.
and spaghetti with plenty Maggi. With a lot of seasoning.
Oh Lord, it's just very interesting when men are like supportive
Yeah.
like that, when they do extra stuff. And men, please appreciate your women. It's very, very important. You know, despite all they've been together for so long, Annie had to go hashtag the cook, hashtag the working
Well, of
mom,
course, she has to
hashtag
flaunt
actor,
it.
hashtag my wife, oh my baby last night.
Aww.
Please, no, there's no woman. See, no matter how long daddies and mommies, you're 50, you're 60, mommy still likes to hear you look nice. You don't let these things fade.
I know, right?
I think this has to do with our discussion for today. like,
Yes, yes.
you know,
it
forever,
does
how
have.
things fade and the before and the... I don't want to get ahead of myself. Over to you, boo-boo.
Okay, all right, another gist that we really need to talk about. I am super proud of this chick. The first African female footballer to be in a club, to have earned her way into a club, Chelsea club. And not only is she the first African, the first Nigerian.
Is it Chelsea or Liverpool?
Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Oh,
Chelsea.
okay.
Oh, sorry, it's Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah.
So her name is Asisat Oshuala, and she signs on to Liverpool Ladies FC. Now, it is absolutely fantastic. Her new coach, which is Matt Baird, he said, we beat a number of top American, check this out, top American and European clubs to Assissa's signature.
Hey, God.
And Assissa is one of the best young players in the world.
She must be really good. I'm so proud of her.
And she's not breaking the internet.
I'm really proud of her.
If we were to be someone that picked up drugs and did something now, she's breaking the internet and trending on Twitter. Let's celebrate our very own. In fact, I'm going to Twitter after now, like, hashtag Assistant, hashtag Assistant. Let the world
That's
know.
great news.
Like, I'm really happy for her. So it goes to show that no matter what you're doing, just keep at it. You can shine at it. Just keep
locally,
at it.
internationally, name
yes,
it, you can
I'm
shine
so happy.
at
I'm
it.
sure she's done her family like really proud. Do you understand what I mean? You don't understand. She's also the current African female footballer of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like you just, she's your striker. You strike on all grounds.
I'm so proud of her. And she's young. She has like great years ahead of her.
She's 20. But guys, on a lighter note, this gist about the nun.
Oh, boo-boo, you had to go there.
No. See, guys, we're, like I said, it is quite religious, but we're not, nobody's judging her. No. It is on a lighter note. She comes into the nun and she says she comes into the convent. She didn't know she was pregnant. And she thought it was a belly ache, but I don't know if that's really true, like a belly ache.
I think so. I've heard of
possible.
Stories.
There's a show on what satellite, one of satellite TV channels. Say
I didn't know I was
pregnant. Yeah, some people that have that kind of
issue. It is possible.
It's
she gave birth, and you know what I love about what she said? She says, "I'm really happy." She says she told her social worker she did not feel guilty, and would raise the child, saying, "I am so happy. He is a gift from God. I feel more of a mother than a nun."
Aww.
Well, of course, that's her new status. Mother.
She's a mother.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that her nuns, I don't know what they call them, but her fellow sisters said they're willing to help her raise the child. There's no mention of the father. I don't think they'll mention you anytime soon.
There's no father.
I don't think they'll mention you anytime soon.
There's no father or there's no father.
On a lighter note.
Father.
On a lighter note.
You know the father. Okay.
Wow.
Pun intended.
On a lighter note.
Wow.
Okay.
Pregnant nun.
Don't judge her.
No,
I just said, hey.
That says a lot.
We're not judging her.
Okay, on whom?
we're not judging her. We do have a lot of things to talk about today. We have our WhatsApp that we're going to be discussing today. Also, the ladies of Inside Eve, we're going to be talking about a point of view. What's your point of view? What's our point of view in regards to the topic, which corresponds with the WhatsApp topic, and we'll mostly have our ouch and our embarrassing moments. Now, you need to follow us on Twitter. It is at R2_TV. Go to our Facebook page and like our Facebook page as well. And it's facebook.com/myR2TV. Now, the phone lines are open and the numbers are 08092222283 and it's 08091222284. For may help me out?
Oh, 08091222285 and 08091222286.
So we'll be right back. We'll be right back very, very shortly. Do not go away. You can quickly go and drink water for maybe like 30 seconds. No, I'm not joking. Just sit down and just wait. We'll just go on a break shortly and we'll see you soon.
You ain't never met a girl like me.
Hey guys, you're welcome to Girls Pod, where we chill, we gist, and we have fun. Bleaching is becoming a growing trend and everyone is taking it as a normal thing. Researching queen. I am an African lady and I am telling you guys that if your guy is not doing something for you, he needs to sit up or you need to leave him.
Exactly.
Back to Dolapo, please. What? Are you serious?
If a guy cheats on you, come on, break up with him and move on. That means you deserve better.
Yeah, the fun part of the house where it all goes down. Game will, what do you have?
Makeup.
No.
Powder.
No.
Bleaching cream.
Selfies. No.
Photoshop.
Yeah. Drum roll, please. Oh, you guys make space for me on the pod, please.
You ain't never met a girl like often believed that you can never really understand an individual by looking at them from the outside. To really understand why people speak the way they do, why they talk the way they do, and act the way they do, you really need an inside perspective.
Comment, darling. Can you tell us what's going on?
Everything relationship-wise, we are going to be trashing it. We're going to trash it here on the show.
Women are so busy, like from here to here. We actually call them the octopus mom.
My name is Aderi Sola. If it's a mouthful, you could call me Dairy.
We're talking to women, woman to woman,
Real women to real women.
hello.
Yeah, Bobo's the crazy one. Don't be deceived.
I'm not crazy. She's
Yes.
And welcome back. This is still Inside Eve, woman to woman, lovely show. Welcome back. And if you're just joining us, you've missed a little bit. We've just talked about a few things about how Two-Face and his wife Annie were cooking in the kitchen, and plenty stories.
Plenty things.
Okay, I need to also let you know that you can like our Facebook page, and on our Facebook page, you can also watch us live. So there is a spot where, an icon there, where you just click and it goes live stream. And it is very seamless. We also have our app. If you are an Android user, all you need to do is go to Google Play and download our app. It's R2TV. The same thing as a BBM user. Go to BBM World, and then it's as simple as that, and you can watch us all the time, and every other show that we have on R2TV. This is television everywhere. We're too much.
I know, right?
We're just what?
That's why whenever we're calling our numbers, we go with two.
We're three much.
Like, do you know, let's not wrap on the show, yeah. Okay, we'll just get it down. Now, guys, what is up? Like, what is totally up? What is slamming?
Is living.
Cohabitation. I need to just slow it down. Cohabitation. Let's talk, guys. Trial marriage. Hash trial marriage? No, we need to just, I don't know, I'm going to sing a mood, but sorry. Hash trial marriage. What do you guys think?
I'm doing it right now.
Trial marriage.
Okay, I was just kidding.
That's a bit,
First
say
and
the
foremost,
truth.
what do you guys think
I was kidding.
cohabitation is all about? What do you think it is?
Cohabitation, living in with your man or living together before marriage, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Could be like a weekend thing, even if it's a weekend. It's
Are you
still
sure?
Cohabitation.
No.
I think it is.
No, for me, staying over, like, you could
Long
go to
term.
hang out in anybody's house over the weekend.
Anybody?
With your cousin, your friend.
Your coworker.
But when you are cohabiting, you know,
Co-worker.
nah, sleeping. But like, anyway, when you're cohabiting, I think to cohabit actually means like it is your house. You have your things there. When people want to visit you, that's where they come to.
But
it's
of
your
course.
address.
You know, like when, like they do it in schools, in universities, for instance.
Yeah.
You go there and spend the weekend, but slowly you're dragging some of your things there slowly because you know you're going to go back there. So you put your cream, your lotion in there, and for some ladies, it's a way of showing that, you know, I run this place.
Mark
I'm the
territory,
woman
like the
here.
dog.
You're marking your, you know, stuff like that. So gradually, you're bringing your things in there, and by the time you go from weekends to a full week, you won't realize it.
That's not trial marriage, Joe.
It is.
For
What
me-
is it?
Trial marriage is like full time.
Huh?
It doesn't.
Full
I don't
time, like,
think
so
it doesn't
what's
have to
trial?
be full
No,
time.
trial marriage is full time. You're living there. It's not like Monday morning you
And
pack your
waiting
things
to-
and
waiting
go.
to get
If you pack your
proposed,
things
huh?
on Monday morning, you still have some level of independence. You still have some level of. But trial marriage, you are trying out the thing full time. Monday he wakes up, wants to go to work. You not it's time for him. Cook his food. Nyama. Sorry about that. You cook his food for him and then clean his shoe, and he goes and he comes back. Baby, I'll be coming
He
home
made
late
his
tonight. You
food.
tie wrapper and wait.
Okay.
When your friends, mates, they're coming to pick them, maybe I'll pick you up by 8 p.m. and you can dress up and be like, my boo is coming to pick me up. You now be the one at home. And then he's going out with his friends and it's like, I'll be coming home late. Okay, your food will be on the dining table.
It's trial marriage.
That is trial marriage.
Whether it's...
Okay, so there are a few people who are of the opinion where it's not wrong. I mean, I want to cohabitate. I want to live with this person to see if we live in together, if we have good, if there's good rapport, if we have good chemistry,
want to know each other
if we're compatible.
Well,
so if we are, then yeah, we can actually move to the next step. Some people don't see anything wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
Well,
Darren.
Okay, Darren.
Let me ask Darren.
Yeah.
Well, personally, I am not a fan of that. To a very large extent, I love to be very independent. I like to have my own space. I know that eventually I'll get to that bus stop where I know that it's me and Mr. XXX, who may be watching me right now.
You're always advertising yourself.
Okay, don't advertise.
Chill, girl.
Anyway, as I was saying, whoever it is that I'm going to be getting married to, I know that eventually the next 60, 50, whatever, 70 years of our lives, we're stuck together in the same space. We have to manage our space very well and make it work. But while I can, right now I have a choice. I'm not Mrs. Anything yet. I can and I should be able to fly. I don't have to start cooking morning, afternoon, night, or I'll be sitting at home, then he's going to hang out with his friends, and I'm sitting at home and like, my girlfriends are there, man. Let him come pick me now, take me out. When he wants to hang out, let him say, okay, I'm going to Demi's house to pick her and take her out. Not call me and tell me I'm going to hang out with my male friends. And then you are the madam sitting at home. You're not even married. Then when they throw you out, where will you say they threw you out of? Your husband's house or your boyfriend's house? Like, seriously, picture that. Move out of my house. Like, it's just so wrong on every level.
What do you think, I'm
not a fan.
Personally, I've never liked the idea because I wanted to look forward to, you know, starting a new life with my man, getting married, moving into a new house, you know, just that excitement of looking forward to something new. Apart from the fact that he always wanted me to, you know, sleep over and all of that. I did a few times, but like weekends, and I never really stayed long term simply because of the fact that I enjoy staying in my own space. I was never really comfortable there because for me it wasn't home. So if I stayed a couple of days, I would always, you know, be anxious to get back home because that's my comfort zone. That's my home. You know, that being said, I think, you know, just cohabitating, it takes away that excitement of, you know, newlyweds. You're newlyweds. You're looking forward to a whole new life together. Now, if you've been living together for the past 5 years, there's no excitement. What are you looking forward to really after you get married?
I think it also boils down to individuals. Like both of you have said, you talked about your being an individual, you know, being dependent on yourself, and then you're talking about what's the excitement. But there's someone who would say, I'm excited living with this person.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, when we're talking about being an individual, being your own person, even when you get married, you're still an individual, even in marriage. Yeah. So it has nothing to do with cohabiting or not. There are people out there that it has worked for.
Yeah, let me just
Cohabitation has worked for a few
there are people that we can actually point to. We have Angelina Jolie and what's her husband's name? Brad Pitt.
Fanboy.
You know,
wait, I think
those
all
ones
guys, we need to chill a bit.
Why?
We're not sure yet.
Because it's a Hollywood wedding. They are Hollywood couples. Come on.
No, but
she's giving her.
No,
her
but the truth is, they've been. I think they got married recently. Did they?
And they seem happy.
They got married.
Together.
They got married, but before then, they were together for like so many years.
Yeah,
and they had kids. For some people, look at Scott Disick and Kourtney Kardashian. For some people, just maybe...
They're still not married.
They are not married, and they have like, what now, how many kids?
Well,
yeah, there's no need to get married, really.
She's pregnant, I think.
There's no need to get married because they don't have anything stopping them from doing what married couples do. They live together, they are raising their kids, they have sex all the time.
But then that's an example of successful trial marriage. Yes. I really do not understand. I think the only thing they haven't done is go to courts.
But then, does that mean it's not important to get married?
Well, The truth is, there are a lot of people that beg to differ in regards to whether you want to get married or not. Not everybody feels that they are meant to get married.
There's no right or wrong
in
really,
regards to this. So, okay, what we're going to look at quickly, we'll get back to this discussion. We went out there to talk to a few people in regards to cohabiting. Is it right? Is it wrong? But before we go into the video, let me just quickly say this. There are people who would say, well, good, I want to get married. Some people say, nah, marriage is not good for me. There are people, mostly in the Western culture, 20, 30, 40 years, not married. They have kids.
Together.
Not married. And they'll tell you, why do we have to put a label to it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why the label?
It's almost like once you get married, it's like a yoke, this thing they put on oxen. Like they just feel,
expectations. I think marriage is more like expectations.
Now you're my wife, now you should do this. So they're just like...
Okay, hi, sorry guys. We do have a caller from the United States. Hello, Quincy.
Hey.
Hey.
How's it going?
We're good. We're fine. How are you?
I am good. I wanted to take some time to kind of call in and first of all say you guys are doing a phenomenal work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you guys actually serve as a conduit of blessing to this present generation with providing a lot of information about the way things should be done in the body of Christ and around the world. So that's a good thing.
Oh,
Thank you.
Oh,
that means a lot to us. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Quincy.
All right, Quincy, tell us, what do you think about cohabiting? What do you think about it?
I mean, basically, when it comes down to it, there are basically two ways people tend to look at this. Okay. The first way is pretty much, God's way, according to the way we're supposed to do things in the body of Christ, the kingdom of God, and all whatnot. And then you have this other way of thinking and doing things according to the way people live in the world. And a lot of times you have people who tend to think that both of them, can crisscross each other, and there's no difference, but there is a big difference. Okay. According to God's way of doing things, the whole cohabiting thing is basically, not the way to go. Okay. It's not the way, it's not the way we need to live. Okay. According to, the Bible, it clearly states, that, there's a process you have to go through. You have to court, you have to date, get to know the person, get to have a feeling for who that person is. Okay. And then after marriage, then you guys can come together as, husband and wife and do what you need to do. Okay. But, with the way the world thinks, they tend to ignore all of that. They date, they court, they do whatever, and, start living together, and cohabiting is not the way to go. Okay. There are so many things that could possibly go wrong eventually. So the bottom line is, people, you can do it, but it is wrong, and with choices come consequences. Okay. And when people tend to make that choice, there are consequences that follow. There's a whole lot of mess, that goes with that you can actually avoid by, just doing it the right way. That person is not running away. You're not going to be separated forever. Once you get married, you move in, you can be together, be one unit, be partners, and do what you need to do, enjoy life and all that good stuff. So that's the way that's the way I look at it. Cohabiting is not the way to go. The only premise or platform for cohabiting is if you're husband and wife.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Quincy. Thanks for watching the show. We appreciate the call. Thanks, bro. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye. Yeah. Can I? There was something he said about it not being what God wants, and all. But now, I've had this argument with a few friends before. Yeah, like, when you live with the man, you're going to sleep with him. Check this. There are a lot of people that sleep with their partners that they're not married to, even without cohabiting. I know that when you live with the person, it makes it easier for you to fall into temptation or walk into temptation, any style you want. You get, it's easier for you to, okay, we're not going to touch each other, we're abstaining, we're celibate. And then one night during Ramadan, things happen according to natural laws. And then things happen, you can't help it. But I know a couple. I know a couple that have, well, I wasn't there with them, but according to what I know, they were able to do that successfully. Initially, it was a struggle, but then as time went on, they were able to like discipline themselves. I mean, for reasons like, okay, we're getting married soon. You just moved to Lagos. I've been in Lagos all the while. I have a big house. Why pay 500,000 to a landlord when our wedding is in a few months' time, and you'll be moving out? There's a spare room in my house. Let's just put heads together. There's no point. Stay in the room.
But they were going to get married.
They were going to get married
in a few months.
In a few months, yes. I mean, for me, it was still trial marriage because we were seeing each other every morning now. But then,
okay, well, I mean, we're going to talk more about this. So, honestly, I'm going to ask you, what is the justification of, okay, we're just going to get married, so move in because of your house rent. What's the justification of that as opposed to someone who, you know, the other part? Well, we'll talk about that. What we need to, I'm going to show you a few people that we went out to speak to in regards to how they see cohabitation. Is it right? Is it wrong? You decide. We'll see you shortly.
No, I don't think partners should move in together before marriage. I think it should be after the marriage.
A partner should not move together before marriage. Due to at least we have to get the concept of our family before that.
Yeah, in a Christendom, it is not advisable. Because I'm a born-again Christian, for me, it is not advisable. It's not good at all, because it will, as in ginger the spirit, let me say, spirit of the man and the woman, they might have sexual intercourse. This may lead to sin.
We don't need to move together or live together before we get married, but there's something called courtship. So where you have to know your characters, how do you behave, so.
It won't be appropriate for partners to move together.
But not until you move together that you started knowing what. So you have to date for like years, maybe 2 or 3 years for courtship.
Moving in before marriage, to me, it's not part of my doctrine as a Catholic, so I don't think it's cool moving in before marriage.
All right, guys, welcome back to Inside Eve. And we just watched a video where I think 2 guys and like two or three other ladies were talking about what they feel about cohabiting. And then, you know, there was this one, the first girl said, I don't think it's right. And I'm a Catholic, so I do not think it is right. You know, she's talking from a religious point of view. And the other women who said, I think women are quick to say, no, it's very wrong. I don't think I can do it.
TV. My sister, don't let them chase them from
There was
church.
a guy, there was one of the guys, who said, how am I going to get to know her?
You don't buy she without testing her.
You know exactly, you know.
You know her.
The product has to be test
If
drive.
you go to there to buy car, you drive it around, check her out.
You don't have to test drive her before you will know her.
But you know what? Do you know what I was asking? You know, while we were on break, I was asking, who actually initiates
It's the guys.
cohabiting?
Sometimes it's the ladies for men.
It's the guys.
The ladies, you know how dogs go and they pee to mark territory? There are some ladies that would drop hair net, even drop strand of their braids when it falls, so that when another girl comes,
How do you see?
But you see,
People talk now.
Derry, by the time the woman initiates it, she'll have her hopes high that the guy should propose to me soon.
Who told you
And
they
when
went to
the guy
propose her?
doesn't propose to her,
Then she will get pregnant.
no,
and
in
they'll
our
move on.
society, yes, she should expect, you know, to be proposed to soon.
Let's just quickly go to social media. I'll go to Facebook page. So when I sent out this, a lot of people flooded my page. At one point, I think they were going to even fight, but it's all right. Calm down, guys. It's just a question. So the first person was Tosin Ogunshina. She says, I don't gbadun the idea at all, as in she had to go Yoruba. I don't gbadun the idea at all. It's not good. Even the Bible tells us that our body is the temple of God. There is no way they won't have sex. my conclusion is not right. So what I did, because I know a lot of people will come back saying, oh, God says this, oh, the Bible says that, oh, I'm a Catholic, I'm a Pentecostal, I'm a that. And the Bible, you know, so I said, what I said was, because I like to be very contradictive sometimes. You know, let me just see how it goes. So I said, Tosin, what if on the wedding night, the guy can't perform? What happens then? You have to, you know that DP you showed us. We can't display the DP here for content reasons. It's almost like that, because there was this DP that showed on the wedding night, you see the guys,
like,
you know, it is not what you think. I don't know what. So I asked her, what happens? Do you know her reply? She says, okay, she says, if you have been staying with him, let me say 6 months, for example, and he's been performing well, listen, what happens if on the wedding night he suddenly becomes inactive? That's a lie. If a guy
that's just trying to beg the question.
Yeah, she doesn't want to agree. She doesn't want to agree. How will a guy be performing on wedding night? Are you kidding me? On the wedding night, it's extra attention. All right, baby, let's go.
Even if you can't do, like, really, I don't buy the if on the wedding night.
No,
that's not saying we are justifying premarital sex. No. So you gotta think about it. Don't put our name on it when you want to do it. You're gonna bear the consequences.
No, I have one comment here, and the chick is all for, you know, cohabiting and all that. She's from Trinidad and Tobago. She says, I think it's absolutely necessary. Her name is TJ, by the way. Okay. I think it's absolutely necessary. We have a saying in Trinidad and Tobago, come see me and come live with me are two different stories. You will never know someone properly unless you live with them for a while. Okay, and then she goes, suppose you don't like the stink of somebody's mouth in the morning. Suppose you don't like how the toe jam of their shoes stinks out at the communal closet. Or you don't like the way they don't screw the top of the toothpaste.
Or the way they snore.
She says these things can be deal breakers, and should be found out by cohabiting before committing to someone in marriage.
The truth is, okay,
sorry. I have a, okay, do you want to finish now? No. Bebeto Alain Thomas, I'm sorry if I murdered your name, but he says, some guys believe staying with a girl before marriage proper helps you to know more about her, whether to proceed in marriage or not. Some girls may not know how to cook or may not be good in bed. By knowing this, it helps to prepare your mind if to go ahead and marry her or not. So after knowing that she's not good in bed, you now do what? Leave her, brother. Why?
I think, let me say something about this thing you just said. I think that if the lady stays with a guy for too long, my personal opinion is that it devalues you as the woman.
No, not necessarily.
Not in all cases. Not in all cases. I think it devalues you because he's getting the milk for free. Why should you go ahead and buy the cow?
No, because he just wants the cow. He knows that.
Why should he buy the cow? So there's no motivation for him to commit to the relationship.
No, some people would want to just buy the whole thing. Like
because he's not
32Z boobs. She just wants more and more. So why not buy the cow?
He's not pursuing you anymore. He has you there with him right there. He's not going after you anymore. You're right there at his beck and call.
That means that once he marries you, that same kind of person, if you don't live with him, it's the same kind of... Anyway, that kind of person, when he marries you, he can still get tired. It means that the person...
Tired.
No, babes, you're still going to be living together. Forget that there's a ring on it now. I'm not married though, but from
let me use my relationship as an example, because it's always good to point to true life situations.
Okay, true.
When I was dating my husband, I was never really around because we're just dating. There's nothing tying me to you per se. I always used to travel all around the place, and he got to a period where he felt that, you know what, I need to get married to her so that I can have her, yes, I can have her with me there in the house. You see, but if you're there with him, he hasn't paid your bride price, nothing, then there's no motivation for him to get married, really.
I don't know. You could have been traveling and living in his house.
Hi, guys. Sorry, we'd have a call. Okay. Chide from UK. Hello, Chide. How are you? Hello.
Hello.
Hello, lady.
Oh, Chide.
Chide.
Hello, Jerry.
Hi. Good evening.
Hello, I'm all right, thank you. How are you ladies doing?
We're doing great, thank you.
Thank you for calling again.
Good. Right, okay, the last time I rang, I gave a shout out to my bestie, Boo-Boo.
Yeah.
I also want to give you girls all a shout out.
Thank you, darling.
You all do a great job. You guys look beautiful on stage. And I just wanted to commend you guys for what you're doing.
Thank you.
And then with regards to the topic today, oh God, another interesting one. I just kept liking all the comments. And my friend who said, you need to comment. You're not allowed to just like, you need to actually comment. So I'm ringing in today just to give in a bit of my view on that topic. I don't know if you ladies have thought or have spoken about people that cohabit because they're trying to cut down living costs. Because that's what really happens in the UK. Most times people cohabit just so they can cut down their living costs.
True.
So that's, I don't know if that justifies it or not.
But then that's a sensible reason, I think.
For that reason.
But while they're trying to cut down costs and they try to get it down in the room, is that right, girlfriend?
But even without cohabiting, I still maintain that people can still get it down when they want to, when they feel like
they don't have to cohabit.
You don't have to cohabit to do what you got to do.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Because people go to visit their boyfriends and still, sleep with them. So regardless of whether you're actually living in that house or you're visiting, that still happens. So where do people draw the line? I think before you get into a marriage, you need to get to know the person you're getting married to. You necessarily do not have to live in the house, but there should be a certain degree of you staying with that person to know how they are, and before you commit fully into that marriage, just so you don't get in and then there's loads of surprises.
So you're for partial trial marriage? Partial cohabiting?
Well, not... I'm for 50-50 in that sense. So get to know the person.
Please, before you go, I just want to ask you quickly, do you think that cohabiting determines that the marriage will be successful or not?
No, I don't think so, no.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. But I think that if you get to spend time with the person, you get to know the person a lot better than, doing across the ocean or over the phone or visiting once in 3 months. So I think the more time you spend with the person, you get to know the person and you either accept that person as they are or you leave them. So I think that there should be a balance, really.
All right, cool. So we've got 50-50.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, darling.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you so much. We have another caller from Ikeche. Hello, Angel. How are you, darling?
Bye.
Hello, Angel. How are you, darling?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
This is a really interesting topic because I just got married about 4 months ago, and I had to live with my partner for about a year before I could even think about it. I think it's really important. I don't know about the social and, the Nigerian mentality that you're not supposed to cohabitate with your partner. It's really, really important because you need to know all the dirt and all the nitty-gritty before you actually move in and spend the rest of your life with the guy. That's just my view on it.
So basically you're trying to say that it is working for you. Cohabiting is working.
She's not married.
Oh, it is. Now I know what to do, what not to do.
And you didn't get tired of him?
In my bathroom.
You didn't get tired of him?
Did you get tired of him while you guys lived together?
Hello?
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 Oh, we've lost that caller. Oh my God, finally. Someone who has called to say, well, I've done it, it's worked.
Yes.
I don't know how it is in Nigeria, but it has worked for me.
With respect to that,
Yeah.
I think it really depends on the people.
Individuals.
Involved. It depends on the people involved. I didn't have to live with my husband before I knew the kind of person he was, and I knew that I could spend the rest of my life with him. I didn't have to cohabit, you know, stay with him before I knew.
Maybe, I think because you had stuff that you were doing.
That's not why. I knew the kind of, some people are just simple and down to earth.
Like,
you know them.
You didn't have a reason to cohabit, but then there are some people that forget those
that want to go.
Oh yes,
I had reasons to cohabit.
You had reasons.
Yes,
so why
of course. He was living in Lagos, and whenever I was around and doing stuff in Lagos, he wanted me to be there all the time, rather than at my mom's place in Benin.
Oh, okay.
So if I had stuff to do for only 2 days, I'd want to do 2 days and that's it. But he want me to stay for longer, and I felt there's really no need because I know you, and I'm not comfortable
Can we
here.
just quickly
until
go
get
straight
married.
to social media? So, Oluchi Ashcroft is one of my killer women on my page. She's always fighting all the guys, but she does it for the right reasons. She says, guys and girls alike can pretend for all that's good and right.
Yeah.
She said the girls know the cohabiting period is probationary and would act like a saint and cook all the meals. And the guy, knowing this also, would treat her like a princess and wine and dine her, bearing gifts daily from work. Don't be deceived, because marriage won't be different, as they know they have bagged the kill.
Of course, I totally
I like
agree
that.
with
And she
her.
says, by this, it's obvious I'm not for the idea, but it's not because of the sex. I'll say sex before marriage is allowable. People, if I say sex before marriage is allowable, people will kill me, but I'm not going to say that. So I think what she's saying is, even girls, there are girls who want to cohabitate for the wrong reasons.
I agree with her.
And saying, there are even girls who want to get pregnant.
Yes.
They want to get pregnant, you know, they
Put
want
themselves in the family way, and then so that the guy
I think
will
we all have our
probably
different
propose.
reasons for doing things. I have just said that there's no right or wrong. Anybody that wants to cohabit, for whatever reason.
Of course.
But I just have a problem with letting go of my independence totally before I need to.
You have all the time
You
in
get-
the world
I-
when
But
you
you
get
keep talking
married.
about this independence, guys. Even in marriage, you're
Even in marriage, you're
No,
independent.
you don't understand what I'm saying. As in, I'm not saying in marriage you're not independent or anything, but then there's a level of letting go when you get married, when you are living with the person.
Do you know what this topic? We're gonna talk backstage about independence. We're gonna go on a short break right now, guys, so that we can come back and talk about our point of view, and then Darren will be handling that section. So do not go away. Don't move a muscle. You can move, but not too much.
I hope you don't have a straw.
Lights, camera, action. I love my movies. Intriguing, exciting, entertaining. All here on RTP.
Yes, people, you are welcome to the show. This is like, seriously? I have something for you again. Wizkid has released a picture of himself and his son, Ayo Jr.
Is it cute?
When exactly did you start this?
I started dating at 11, yo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But now there's the question of 16 being the new 18. So the question now is, when is the right age to?
Oh, okay.
What? Like seriously? But chill, you could check out my bars, the way I drop it. When I'm on the top, you know I'm never gonna fall. Alright, I'm about to go in on the freestyle, cause it's DT.
On a flight back from ABJ to Lagos, and there's this girl I met like on the same flight. Disrespectful to me, I took it personal. I'm like, it's cool. But my expression was very, straight. Next thing I was gonna turn to talk to her, and she just grabbed me and kissed me on the plane.
Welcome back. This is Inside Eve. My name is Adering Sola.
It's a mouthful.
And that's Fome. Our point of view, we have a caller already. Hello, Dabo. Good evening. Hello.
Okay, cool.
Ooh. Hello.
No, that was quite deep.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Aha, he came down a bit for the
Good evening. Boom, man.
Oh.
Good evening. How are you?
No.
Oh my God, no, that just didn't happen. That didn't happen.
It's a chemistry. It's a chemistry. Burning cable.
Yeah, right.
When you did not cohabit, if you had to cohabit now,
I'm sure
you
that's
go
why
through. You guys are phone, man. You didn't let me live with you. Anyway, moving on to our POV. Let me just read this straight up. I moved in with my boyfriend of 1 year against my parents' wishes. Now we have broken up and he has thrown my things out, despite the fact that I contributed to the recent house rent we paid. I can't go back home as my parents already warned me not to return if I went on with the trial marriage back then. I want to go back to beg him, if not for anything, for a place to stay. My friends will not even accommodate me because he never let them visit me when I was staying with him. What do I do, please? Ladies,
Should we just throw it? Should we
that's
just throw
that's
it
one
in?
of the
Ladies, what should she do?
disadvantages of cohabiting because
yeah, that boy's calling back. Sorry for me. Hello, that boy.
Hello, how you guys?
Hi.
We're good.
Thank
Good evening.
Good evening. How's the show going?
It's
Very well,
alright.
thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. So I just called to talk a bit about your topic.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, for couples, partners that live together before marriage,
Yeah.
I think it's a thing of choice.
Okay.
The guy and the girl could stay together, but I don't think they should actually, the girl or the guy should actually leave his or her house and move permanently.
Permanently.
Yeah. They should do something. They could hang out together at the weekend.
Yeah.
Then during the work weekday, they can go back to their places. Just give them their space. And I don't really like the idea. Because if you now move in, out, and you end up not liking the person, I mean, it can go either way. So I'd rather you have your own space.
Yeah.
You guys get to know yourselves better. Then
You can
if
always
you really
go
want
home
to go
if you
through
want.
marriage. Yeah. Then,
All
so you
right.
keep that joy of marriage. You keep that being together.
Forgot to ask
Why
a question.
you rush into it
Yes,
and
she's
rush
getting
out?
there.
Foma wants to
Yeah,
ask a question.
Yes,
So
folks.
Dalbo, you don't think that you need to cohabit so that you know your partner very well, you know her dirty habits and all of that, so that you can, if you don't like them, maybe you can just throw her out.
Well, that's an option too. Like I said, it's either whatever the person wants. Yes, but I think you don't have to stay for like 6 months to know the person. A weekend, the time you do 4 weekends together.
But that's
10 weekends
cohabiting too.
That's if the person is not pretending to.
Need to show. You can't hide someone's real self. To show.
Exactly.
If the person
I feel what he's saying.
snores loudly, or if the person is dirty.
Yes, snores loudly.
It will show.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Pleasure.
Yeah, have a good evening.
Yes.
Bye.
Snores loudly. I like today's show. You know, also really, ladies, this is someone who was living with her boo. They've been dating for about a year.
That's no boo, man.
And then she contributed.
That's no boo.
She contributed to the rent. Like, I won't go all out and castigate this person and say that. Why should you? We support our boyfriend sometimes. There's no denying that. Babe, these things happen now. You're my female friend. I could support you.
Speak for yourself. Continue. Nah.
No. The truth about it is my friend needs some money, and then given they're living together, they're already planning to marry. It's called trial marriage, not just trial living.
Wait, sorry. So this guy kicked her out, right? Let's just say
they broke up and she had to move out.
Let's underline the fact he kicked her out.
She had to move out.
No, he kicked her out.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
He kicked her out. He says, okay.
And he never
I want to read
allowed.
it. He has thrown my things out.
And I think you also mentioned, Darren, that he didn't allow her friends to visit while she was. So what was the whole purpose of the trial marriage? It means that when you get married, he
Even
still
family
will allow
members.
your friends to come in. Well, I think she should go back to her parents. Your family will always take you back.
Yeah.
Apologize to them. Tell them that you knew they were right and you were wrong. But your parents are usually always right when it comes to matters like this, relationships and all that. They have more experience, obviously, than you do. But just tell them that you were stupidly in love and that,
Can I just
beg them to take you back,
Let me quickly read this message from Facebook probably help
shine some light.
Help the girl.
Okay.
So, and this is from a guy. He says, I think cohabiting before marriage doesn't favor ladies at all.
There's no rule.
No, he hasn't finished. He says, why give a man so much of yourself before marriage? He said he'll most of the times get tired of your presence quickly.
I'm not sure I buy this whole him getting tired. See, cohabiting is probably going to take you one...
her. He got tired of her.
No, hold on. No, that's not the reason they broke up. The fact that she was staying there. Because if and when you actually get married, you're going to be spending longer time. The fact that you have a wedding band does not change the fact that he's going to get tired of you. If he's going to get tired of you, he's going to throw you out if he's going to throw you out. So I'm not really of the school of thought that, oh, because you've moved in with a guy, that means he probably will get tired of you in marriage and just stay.
That's different. Boo-boo. Darren, pardon me, that's different. In this case, if he really loves her, he should have even let her stay, even if for the fact that she contributed to their rent. So now is she going to beg him so that she can stay as a flatmate? Maybe. Or as a, take me back as your girlfriend?
Flatmate is nice until she can sort herself
I agree
out.
with what that comment just said, the one you just read, because you're giving too much of yourself. Really.
I don't know. So much power over you.
I always don't like to draw like close a gate.
All these are personal opinions.
We're not closing the gate. She's saying, oh, okay, well, I was in a relationship with a guy, and we got a place together. I contributed a lot to the financing towards the accommodation. We had a quarrel. I don't know what kind of quarrel they had that warrant him to throw her thing out. That's
when
insulting.
She knows she doesn't have anywhere else to stay.
Yes, because I'm pretty sure he realizes that her parents were against them in the first place.
You know, for me, it's not more about her staying with him or paying the rent. People get away with these things. People actually do these things. People have, sorry, let me just finish. People have happy endings despite the fact that they do these things. I have a problem with her disobeying her parents and locking out her friends. Those two things, I think, are like extremes.
Exactly.
You don't disobey your parents because he's going to disobey your parents.
Because when all else fails, it's your parents, your family, and your friends that you go back to. Okay.
So never disrespect your parents because of a man.
Yes, let me take this. Yeah, it kind of makes a lot of sense. It's from Kenny Oladele. He says, love is patient, kind, considerate, forgiving. It never fails. These qualities may not hold in a cohabited relationship because it may not be pressured to the extent that these qualities will come to play. Now, both parties do not have the kind of commitment that will make it, because it's only the marriage that spells true love. Cohabitation is an easy way out, and it is selfish.
Is it? Okay, that's someone's opinion.
That's what someone
That's person's point of view.
I think that's...
I think the lady should just find a way to move forward, move on. Just
I mean, she has
no
choice.
Go back home.
No, that's where you swallow your pride,
now.
suck up to your friends, beg them, and move on. That's my advice.
Yeah,
I think
go
we should take
home.
our final
She just suck up to any of her friends. Go home.
No, maybe her parents are living in Liberia or something.
No, she needs to go back to them, wherever they are. As long as they're on Earth, yeah, go back home.
Your final thoughts, woman.
Okay,
should I take mine?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, my final thoughts. Love in marriage should be the accomplishment of a beautiful dream and not as it is too often, as it too often is the end. So marriage is actually not like the end of love. Marriage is like the beginning of it. So you don't have to feel as if, let me live with him now, let me do this, because when we get to that end called marriage, everything is going to like fade out and end and all that. So you could wait for it. If your reason for cohabiting is because you are afraid of what, marriage is going to turn your relationship into, I don't think it's a reason to rush. If it's going to be beautiful, it's going to be beautiful. If not, God will help you walk out of it before you marry. Hallelujah.
Okay, here are my final thoughts from Paul Getty. Before marriage, many couples are very much like people rushing to catch an airplane. Once aboard, they turn into passengers. They just sit there. Yeah. You have so much, you're going to spend the rest of your life with this person. Yeah. Why the overexcitement to stay with him before marriage? Like Derry said, she likes her independence. I agree with her. You have, trust me, when it's marriage, it's a different ball game entirely. Yeah. Your cohabiting is just, it's the tip of the iceberg, really. Marriage is the real thing. And before you get there, Fly like a bird. Enjoy your independence. Yeah.
All right.
Your final
All right.
thoughts?
So my final thought is, if you're moving in together, if you're moving in together, is a way to run what marriage is going to be like. I believe you've already failed saying that. Marriage itself is not a test run. It's a lifelong commitment. Now, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. So, but there are people who have test run cohabiting and it has worked.
It has worked.
I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong. Whatever works for you, man, just holla.
Basically, don't do it out of desperation. I mean, we understand the financial thing. I think that's almost like the...
No, the financial thing is more, who really
it's more
does
palatable.
Well,
no,
you know,
you think so?
For me, it's more palatable, like the lady from the UK said. Anyway, continue on social media. Hook up with us.
Yeah.
Facebook, Twitter. This topic we have to continue on social media. See you on Monday.
Thanks for calling, guys.
Bye.
See you guys. Have a lovely weekend.